I devour every letter. Pastor Latma, Vietnam, 1982. I refuse to give you my church, Pastor Latma courageously faced the communists. They came with guns and demanded that he sign papers that he would have linked the Christian Missionary Alliance Church at Can Tho to the Communist Party. Latma explained, the communists want to control pastors as their tool. Every month you must report what activities you are doing, who is the strongest Christian, who is sharing the gospel, who is going to the army. You must become the police in your church. The government was furious with his lack of cooperation, and soon, since he was the leader of many pastors in the area of Vietnam, the communists made him an example, hoping that the pastors under him would decide to follow the government. 28 CMA pastors in their district wrote to the government about his case, and all were called to the police station and threatened. Because he refused to cooperate, Latma and his family were forced into exile by the government. Their clothing, books, letters, and property were confiscated. For 12 and a half years, they were forced to live alone in remote areas on the Mekong Delta, unable to leave. When Christians around the world heard of his arrest, many wrote letters, both to Pastor Latma and to the government. Because of the international attention focused on his case, the police now allow him to leave his village and receive visitors as long as he gets their approval. Pastor Latma and his family have received over 3,000 letters from Christians around the world. Just knowing that someone is thinking of them encouraged them for days. I devour every letter we receive and meditate on the scriptures shared in them. I then share these words of encouragement and the scriptures in Vietnamese with my family. We are glad and encouraged in spirit for the messages in them. I read these letters with prayers and tears because I know our Father will never leave us nor forsake us. He has strengthened and helped us. Even in these years of great trial and persecution, my 11 children did not stop serving the Lord. All of them love the Lord and are serving the Lord full time. Latma and his family remain in exile today. Would you like to encourage a persecuted Christian family? Your letters can make a big difference in their lives. Not all can write back, and in some countries it can cost an entire week's wages to send a letter overseas. Or perhaps you would like to write a letter to the government on their behalf. These letters are often mean the difference between life and death, jail or freedom, for those who are persecuted for their faith. A copy of those currently in prison for their faith, write the Voice of the Martyrs and ask them for their monthly newsletter. For their address and information about what the Voice of the Martyrs is doing in the world today, and look at the section about the Voice of the Martyrs in the back of this book, which is Jesus Freaks.